is Victoria Ying, and I'm 18 years old, and I've been playing the Guzheng since I was 4 years old. The Guzheng is also known as the Chinese zither. This instrument has a history of more than 2,000 years old. It is a plucked stringed instrument, and the most common guzheng we see today is made up of 21 strings. The strings are tuned to a pentatonic scale in solfege, that's do, re, mi, sol, la. To play the guzheng, you have to wear finger picks, either on one hand or, for more advanced musicians, on both hands. I began learning the guzheng mostly from my mother's influence. She loves Chinese traditional music and really respects the culture and history behind Chinese music. She wanted me to be a part of this art form, so I can hopefully pass on this knowledge into my next generation. But in the beginning, I was way too young to understand what any of that meant. The learning process was tough, and I didn't understand why I had to practice so much. It was really hard for a little kid like me to practice several hours a day and take lessons 2 to 3 times a week. It was like I couldn't escape guzheng, and I had a pretty rough time. There were way too many times where I wanted to quit guzheng. And up until I was 11 years old, I have only attended a small handful of performances, usually as a part of a large orchestra. But those performances taught me a new type of experience of being on stage. I had my first solo performance at 11 years old, and my teacher was really shocked at how calm and relaxed I was during my entire performance. I remember getting a lot of compliments that day, like how I'm so natural on the stage. But really, I think it was because I just practiced so much, to the point where I didn't worry about making mistakes. But that was the first time I felt really accomplished and realized my hard work finally paid off. That same year, I entered a music competition in Beijing, exclusive for Chinese instruments. There were a lot of competitors, mostly very young musicians, and that's where I met a lot of kids who practiced even more than I did. I wasn't too nervous, but this competition really opened my eyes to see where I stood when compared to other musicians who also worked very hard. I ended placing 5th in the competition. I thought I wouldn't care, but I was unexpectedly very disappointed. I really wanted to win first. When I was 13, my family moved to America, and during that time, I wasn't able to play guzheng much. Coming to a new country, I had to readjust, learn the language, and catch up on school. I wasn't sure if my guzheng skills were going to survive. I did not have a teacher anymore, so there were no lessons or performance for a long time, and that really made me upset. I didn't realize how much I actually missed playing guzheng. I tried my best to catch up on all my schoolwork, and eventually I was able to afford time to practice again. Even though high school was tough at times, I still tried to take time to study music for guzheng, especially genres that expanded beyond what I was taught. I looked into contemporary pieces and even modern popular songs that were transcribed for guzheng. I experimented a lot with playing modern pieces, and that was something I really enjoyed. When I was 16, I joined a Chinese orchestra at Galaxy Art Center. That was the first time I had my chance to have a formal music teacher again and receive professional guidance. It was a really nice feeling to finally have someone who can guide me again and sharpen my skills. And this time, the lessons felt so much more different than when I was little. It's funny how much I used to hate lessons, but now I really appreciate them and having lots of fun at the same time. During this time around, I focused more on my fundamentals and technical skills. My goal was to take the grade exam for Guzheng. It's an annual exam held by the Central Conservatory of Music, which is the most prestigious music school in China. This test was very difficult. I'm very proud to say I passed level 9 in 2018. That gave me a huge confidence boost. Then the following year, I took level 10, the highest level, and I passed that as well. In the meantime, I got to perform on stage again. I performed for community events, such as volunteer performances at senior homes. During the holidays, I will perform with my orchestra friends at festival events. And I also film for TV as well. I really come to enjoy performing. It's always very fun and very rewarding to see the audience enjoy my music. In June of 2019, several of my musician friends and I joined a summer camp that took place in China. And the main purpose is to do charity performances for underprivileged communities. We visit a lot of elementary schools. We also perform for the elders in retirement homes and also help around with a few chores. We also bought and donate school supplies for the kids. The camp was a lot of fun, but I was mostly humbled by the experience. Even though all I did was perform music for them, I saw how fascinated and excited they were towards our instruments, because a lot of these communities don't have the budget to create any music and arts programs. The least we could do was bring this entertainment to them. I did not realize before how versatile being a musician can be. The experiences I gained through this camp taught me a lot about being a good mentor to the younger students. Their curiosity and enthusiasm sparked an interest in me to teach and pass on everything I've learned in music. The next big challenge I completed was the Huayue Cup competition in August of 2019. This was my second time participating in a large competition geared towards musicians. This is an international competition. Every instrument was allowed to participate, but the instrument I saw the most was the guzheng. There were a lot of them. But just like before, I wasn't that nervous. I gave it my best shot because I really wanted to win. And this time, I did. I won first place in my category. Playing guzheng has been an extremely rewarding experience for me so far. Nowadays, I'm still very focused on improving my skills and techniques. I can spend more time researching and practicing songs that appeal to me. One of the modern pieces I often use as practice is a Japanese song called "A Thousand Cherry Trees." It's extremely fast-paced and requires a pretty solid foundation to play. I am proud to have come this far with guzheng and kept such a valuable aspect of my culture with me. I will definitely keep playing guzheng and improve on what I already know. And one day, I want to be able to inspire others, mentor, even teach those younger than me, and have them experience the rewarding moments that I have received.